Hello everyone and welcome back. It's Gina from orchidandopal.com. Today I have the double rotating Beads of the Month Club and the single Hot and Trendy Club along with the Findings Companion Pack to share with you that I received for the month of May 2022. I'll leave the link for the subscription right down below. They've got all different options, 6 different types of beads that you can select to receive every month. And you can also choose to do the rotation, which you can see that I have here in the Morning Rays theme. They also offer single size and double size clubs depending on how much you want to receive and how much you want to spend. And that Findings Companion Pack is optional and doesn't cost any additional to ship along with any existing bead subscription. On a monthly basis, I always get the single Hot and Trendy and 2-hole Beads of the Month clubs, but several times out of the year, because I'm also getting the rotation, the 2-hole Beads of the Month club or Hot and Trendy overlap with that rotating club, and one of them switches to the double size. So that's why I have the larger version of the 2-hole club. And also when that happens, I like to come back later on in the month to either show you finished pieces that I've made specifically from the beads in the club, or a new tutorial using the beads. So be sure to stay tuned for that to come in the next couple weeks. I also have a coupon code for Beads of the Month Club. It is Opal10. That will save you 10% off the first month of your first club, and you're welcome to sign up for more than one. And if you live outside of the US, feel free to reach out to them via email or their phone number and ask about getting a quote for shipping to your specific location, because they might be able to work that out. Let's start out by looking at Morning Rays, our 2-hole Beads of the Month Club. In this one, you get 8 containers of high-quality check glass beads and sometimes Miyuki Tilas, all 2-hole beads, and there's many of those out there, so you'll get lots of different things that don't overlap between your packages. Since this is the double version, each of these containers contains twice as many beads as would come in the single containers, and I find that that gives you so many to work with, especially with the 2-hole and Hot and Trendy varieties. Each package also goes along with a particular theme and color scheme. That's always different as well, so it's always a fun surprise to see what comes in these monthly packages. We'll do a little flip over and take a peek. Gorgeous. We have some warm shades of gold and some creams, a little bit of pink down there, some copper. And what we'll do is we will first take a closer look at each of these types of beads one at a time. Container number 1 is holding the Pyros Parpuka beads in opaque light rose ceramic. There's 13 grams in total. And this is only about half the quantity that you see in my hand, so you get a generous amount to work with in these clubs. It's kind of deceiving how many you actually get. But these Pyros beads, they're like a flat rectangle, however they have a slightly pointed top on one side, and the 2 holes run through the face of these beads. This variety is a light pastel pink, as you can see, that they've combined with a coating to make them look a little bit like ceramic. Container 2 is holding the crystal red luster cabs that are 6 millimeters in size with 50 pieces included. So the red luster just gives these an overall pink appearance since it is pretty sheer, and you also have that golden metallic shine to go along with that over these transparent beads. And they have a flat bottom with a domed round top. The 2 holes run parallel through the base along the flat side. Next is a new shape. These are the Crystal Sunset Mini Chevron beads, 13 grams in total. These mini chevrons are just like the regular chevrons, except they're a smaller size, and I just love that we have the opportunity to try these out in this club. They are clear glass with a kind of coppery golden metallic on one side that also is reflected through the other side of the clear glass, and the 2 holes run through either side of those chevron beads. This shape, which would probably go very well with those mini chevrons, is also a newer shape. These are the mini gem duos in topaz white luster, and there's 14 grams included. And again, just part of the total quantity that you see in my hand. These have the sunny golden appearance, that color going throughout the transparent glass. These, of course, just like the regular gem duos with their diamond shape and the hole that runs through either pointed side. And they have the flat bottom with the beveled edge on the top. And we usually get a selection of super duos in this club. This time we have the Orange Luster on Chalk Super Duos and this generous 25-gram package. And that orange luster over chalk, just referring to the fact that that sort of watered down glaze gives these a warmer appearance. You can see that slight hint of peachy color depending on how you're looking at these. They're very glossy and also quite neutral, so they would go with a lot of different things, including the palette that we have here. Up next are the Half Tila beads by Miyuki. These are the Antique Ivory Pearl Ceylon variety, which look to have the most stunning luster finish. That coating is so shiny, it's almost reflective. And we have another neutral with these half Tilas in that very light cream tone. These, of course, like the regular Tilas, but as if they were cut in half, and the two holes running parallel up through that rectangular shape. And we also received the regular Tilas. These are in crystal yellow rainbow. We have 14 grams of these, just like we had 14 grams of the half Tilas. These are absolutely stunning and so reflective also, with the yellow base and that rainbow coating bringing us some other tones like pink, magenta, violet, a little bit of green and blue that catch the light beautifully. And our 8th container is holding the Opal Yellow Rainbow Honeycomb Jewel variety with 60 pieces inside. Wow, another stunning combination. You have the milky opal-like glass, a frosty sort of a finish with the rainbow coating giving us the extra pops of color in a matte metallic. And these are the jewel variety, which means they have that really interesting faceted look on the top. The bottom of these beads are flat. They've got the two holes that run parallel through the side. So that wraps it up for Morning Rays. Again, that's the double 2-hole beads of the month club. Another thoughtfully curated palette of colors, 2-hole bead shapes, and various finishes that they've put together for us. It's such a nice way to build up your stash of 2-hole beads over time. So if you really like bead weaving, you like high quality 2-hole check glass beads, then chances are you'll really like this subscription. I also like that they're so consistent and send you differing palettes every month so you don't always get the same things, and they switch up the actual bead shapes all the time too. There's so much to work with here, so this is the one I'll be back with in a couple of weeks to show you something I've done with these beads, either in a tutorial or through various finished pieces. But we're not done yet. We have the antique clockwork themed single hot and trendy beads of the month club to take a look at, again with 8 different containers of beads. This I recommend for those of you who are more adventurous. You might like working with any bead shape, whether they're 1, 2, 3, or sometimes 4-hole beads. And sometimes they'll include some of the newer shapes and finishes. And if you're open to working with pretty much anything in terms of check glass, you'll probably enjoy this one. So let's take a peek. Another lovely palette. We have some matte antique silver coming together with some of that antique gold and bronze, maybe a little bit of purple popping up in there as well. So I'm going to move the Morning Rays Club out of the way so we can take a look at this one, and I will be right back. And we will start out with the Minos Parpuka beads in metallic matte beige. There's 6.5 grams included. You can see a few of these in my hand, the barrel shape with the hole that goes through the side of those cylinders. These have the brushed satiny metallic finish that they call beige. It sort of is, but also appears like an antique silver. Next are the Arcos Parpuca beads in yellow gold metallic iris, and we have 7 grams included. This 3-hole shape comes in a variety of different metallic tones in this mix, with some that is a little bit more coppery, some that is more toned down, like antique. Then we have the brassy color and even a little bit of magenta on some of these, especially the ones that I have left down below. They have the arc-like shape, and you are welcome to put the Minos beads in between 2 of these Arcos. That works really well, and I've shared a couple of ways in the past to use these as well as the Minos together if you're looking for an idea as to what to do with these. Up next, in the also yellow gold metallic iris color combination, we have the tulip petal 1-hole shape. So here are a few of those in my hand, and you can see the range of colors once again in this metallic iris color combination. One of my favorites, actually. And these tulip petals work great for bead weaving into a complete flower shape if you'd like to, or they can be used as a drop. They've got a slightly curved appearance in addition to the hole that's at the top and the more pointed bottom. In our 4th container, we have the Dragon Wing Slipwrit Dagger beads, 25 pieces in total. Another option that could be great in beaded flowers if you're into bead weaving. These are the single hole variety of the daggers, and they've got this stunning and vibrant cobalt blue and purple that turns into a little bit of a copper on the edge, and that laser etched design making these look like dragonfly wings. You could also make beaded dragonflies with these. I've seen that. And I just love how they've combined this color combination or finish with some of these other more neutral metallics, both the cooler matte beige and silver and the antique gold tones. Container number 5 is holding the etched Slipwrit drop beads. There's 45 pieces in total. Absolutely stunning, and they just look like they glow. The etched variety comes with this textured effect in some spots, but not in all areas of the bead. They have a matte and frosty appearance, and the Slipwrit offers us the different shades of metallic and a lot of that very vibrant pink and purple that shows up in the center of the silver and gold areas that show up on the sides. These, of course, have the hole that is located at the top and the rounded base. Up next are the pastel light gray wavelet beads. There's 25 pieces inside. So we have another 1-hole bead variety in a totally different shape and size, and you can see the wavy nature of these flat discs, bringing us some more of the silver tone to our palette. In number 7, we have the Crystal Regal Pinch beads, the 5mm size, and they're 6.5 grams. And these pinch beads bring some of our plum purple shade and a little bit of that golden metallic luster together all in one bead. The purple is a transparent glass, and depending on how the light's hitting them, you can see that golden luster. Our 8th and final container is holding the Crystal Sandalwood Dragon Scale shape, and there's 7 grams. These give us an overall antique gold appearance, and they have the hole at the top of that sort of kite-like shape that is a flat, teeny tiny slice with the pointed bottom, and they have a very satiny and glowy appearance. What a unique color palette. I absolutely love this one. I think it's really eye-catching the way that these metallics have come together with the plum and blue and purple that show up in some of the beads. We've got a great mix of all different high-quality check glass bead varieties here to work with that could be put together directly from the package or combined with other things that are in your bead stash. And it's certainly a different combination of colors and things that I've received before, and I have gotten a lot of these packages. If you're curious, to check out some past unboxings for Beads of the Month Club. I've got tons of them going back about 4 years, believe it or not. So definitely check those out to get even more of an idea of some of the things that you can expect in these packages. Before I forget, one of the other perks of the subscription is you get a link printed on your paper invoice in your package. That brings you to a website that changes every month that gives you 3 downloadable and/or printable patterns, which you can use to go along with your beads and build up your library of patterns, which often include things for some of these more unique shapes. Now let's wrap it up by taking a look at this month's Findings Companion Pack. The tone of metal in these packages changes every month and rotates around. This time we have some silver-plated findings, and these are often very unique and high quality to go along with the beads that we receive in these clubs, not necessarily to go with that month's beads, but in some cases they can. And these usually feel pretty special, not giving you your most average, more boring, basic findings, but usually something that's got some really interesting design or detail to it. So let's flip this over real quick. Oh man, so you see what I'm talking about already. We've got some gorgeous things to look at. Let me get organized and I will show you each of these close up. And we start out with this variety of cutout leaf focals in this brushed light silver. You can see the leafy designs that are cut out and leave us with the negative space design, which is so different from anything I have. They also have a thick feel, and both sides look really, really nice. The top is slightly rounded, the bottoms are flat, but you can get an idea for how they look on either side and how professional and high quality these appear. Up next, we have 3 pairs of Hill Tribe ear wires with the backs included. And this is another thing I'm talking about. So instead of just a simple fishhook ear wire, we're getting these really interesting spiraled circular ear wires with the spiral detail at the bottom. They have a handmade and artisan appearance and are just so interesting and fun. They've included 3 toggle clasps for us this month. 2 of these are smooth and very shiny and also pretty thick as well, and there's the bars to go along with those. And then we have this more dainty flower toggle with that wavy bar. Next are 15 of the shiny silver bead caps. They are made for 7 to 9 millimeter round beads, and they coordinate well with our other findings. We also have a selection of 30 oval jump rings. Love getting the oval jump rings. These are a 6 by 4 millimeter size that coordinate with our other findings. These offer more security when you're using the ovals just because of where the opening is located along the side of the oval, so your jewelry isn't as likely to come apart. They've also included 100 of the 2.5 millimeter crimp tubes. These are very shiny and also have that thick metallic, higher quality consistency, unlike the very thin metallic crimp tubes that you might see at a lower cost. And last but not least, we have 8 of the 2-inch paddle pins that are in the 22 gauge metal, bright and shiny silver as well. Another artisan looking, high quality finding selection with that interesting flat, hammered, or pointed like design at the bottom. I'm really happy with this Findings Companion Pack also, and this is what we come to expect. A new and interesting assortment of findings, which can sometimes not be as fun for some of us to pick out or purchase as the beads themselves. So getting these packs along with the beads is a really nice option to have. And also, like I said, if you choose to get the companion pack, it doesn't add any additional cost to the shipping of your clubs. And I believe that is $12.95 per month. So that is everything for the double rotating 2-hole beads and the single hot and trendy beads of the month club and that Findings Companion Pack. I hope this video helps you to see what Beads of the Month Club is all about, particularly with these 2 varieties. And like I said, they have other varieties of beads you can get, like gemstones, 11-0 seed beads, delica beads, and fire polish beads, and also rotate through all of those if you choose to do so. The link for the subscription will be right down below the video, which will have all the details and all the information you might need to help answer any other questions you may have. But this is one I highly recommend. So thank you so much for being here with me to share in these unboxings. I really love having you. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of Beads of the Month Club or these particular selections or anything else you'd like to say. Give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe while you're here. And also feel free to share the video with your other bead-loving friends. That's all I have for now, but I'll be back again real soon. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.